Falls, and welcome to 2-Minute Tech Tuesday. Today we are going to be talking about the changes that have occurred for Google Forms. A few of you have reached out in expressing some concern about those changes and not sure what was happening. One of the things that is very confusing is that the old forms are still in the old format. They have not converted to the new format. So when you're looking at a new form and an old form at the same time, you're kind of like, what's going on here? The changes have occurred in order to increase your sharing controls and improve your collaboration features. So we're going to take a look at what that means today. We're going to start out, this is what a new form looks like, but we're going to take a peek at an old form so we can see the difference. So in an old form, you will see that you have a send button. And you're just going to click send, and that's going to allow you to email it or get a link or embed it, and it's going to send it out to whoever it is that you want to send it to. When you're doing this, you can add an editor to the form, but you can also, you don't really have much control over the responders. So the responders to the form are generally going to be open to Olmsted Falls students or open to the public or open to no one, right? So when we come over to our new form, you are going to see that there are some changes up here at the top. The forms work exactly the same way where you're putting in the information, you're making your quizzes and so on and so forth. But when you click publish, you're going to notice that you have some different options. So you're going to notice that you can manage who the responders are. So if I click on this, I can add different students to this responder. And you can see my responder view is set right now to Olmsted Falls City Schools. So I can change this to anyone with the link, or I can change this to restricted. It's very similar to the previous way, but this is like just for my responders. Okay. Now, when I add responders, I also have the opportunity to change how long I would like this form to be open to those responders. So for instance, if I'm giving a quiz and I only want them to be able to access the form for 1 week, I can set that for those students, which is great because a lot of times we go into our forms, like my old form you saw, I still have 76 responders. All of the people who responded are still attached to that form. So I would have to delete all of them to use the form again. The other thing that I can do is I can change my editor view as well. So here my editor view is restricted. I can change it to Olmsted Falls, anyone with the link, so that those people can see my quiz and edit my quiz. I'm going to just add Yvette to my form here so that you can see the way in which this works. So instead of having her as a responder, I'm going to add her as an editor. And then I'm also going to add an expiration date. So I can change how long I want her to have access to the form. I can also set this to notify people that they have access to the form and send a little message. So I can just click send when I'm done there. So I can change this date to whenever I want it to be done. Okay, so that's one of the big changes. Now you are going to see that when I publish this, the form will go live. Prior to doing that, the form is on restricted view. So until I publish, I cannot have responders. So that's one of the biggest things to remember is with this, there are going to be two different links now. One that is an editor link and one that it is a responder link. So when I publish it, you're going to see that when I go to the sharing options, I have a responder link now. So the responder link is separate from the other link for the editing link. This is great because a lot of times when I was teaching in the classroom, sometimes I would post up my link real quick into the Google Classroom, and I would accidentally post my editor link instead of my responder link. And the kids were like, hey, what's going on with this form? So this is a really great tool. It's just a simple update. It just is a little confusing at first, but really it's giving you control over your responders and over your editors, letting you set time restrictions, and also letting you open it up to different people who you want to have access to this. Okay? If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me, and I look forward to hearing from you. Have a wonderful afternoon. Bye.